Alright mates, this is Artifact. Welcome back to the Producer Mindset. Today I'm here in Stettin in Poland, which is near my hometown of Berlin. And today what I want to talk about is how you can go about getting the things you want. For example, record deals with particular labels or collaborations with particular artists in such a way that you're not coming across as needy or feeling like you're asking or begging for people to help. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, we've all been in this situation when you're just starting out and you feel like you just have to message people and ask them, oh, please can you listen to this? Please can you check this out? Please can you do this? And I get this almost every day. Someone will send me a personal DM message just with a link to a song, and I instantly put them in a category of this person has no communication skills, because you can't just go around sending people a link and expecting them to take time out of their day to listen to what you're up to when they don't even know who you are. Now, there's absolutely nothing wrong with doing this in the beginning, because you may not understand the intricacies that go into communicating with people, particularly in the music industry, and we've all been in this position. But if you feel like you are doing this and you're asking and kind of begging and pleading people to help you and listen to music, do not fear, because there is another way. It takes a lot of work and a lot of commitment, but there is such a way where you can naturally get the results you want without having to ask. Now, in order to do this, you really need to focus on two main things that you need to constantly be improving and working on. The first one of these is the actual improvement and quality of your work. Now, this is first and foremost, and you should always be striving to put out the best quality product that you have, particularly in terms of your music. The second thing you should consistently be working on is building new connections in the industry and maintaining old ones. So to go into the first point with a little more detail, aside from the obvious improving the quality of your work, which you probably already know how to do and that it takes time, you also need to improve the quality of how you draw people in so that they become interested in what you're doing. Now, this is really key to develop this skill of being able to captivate people. It doesn't even matter where you are on your journey, and if you're just starting out as a musician or a producer, you can already start bringing in people to see what you're up to and track your progress and let them be a part of your story of how you evolve and become better. So by doing this, you're improving your storytelling, because you need to bring people in such a creative way that they're really interested and excited to see what you're up to. Even if what you're doing is not that great yet, they're really excited by the passion you show for it or the creative ways that you use to showcase what you're up to. When you manage to master this art of really bringing people in and making them curious to what you're doing, you no longer need to send personal messages to people asking them to check this out or check that out, because they're already hooked and they already want to see what you're up to. Once you improve this, as you go further into building more connections within the industry, you'll also be able to bring those connections in and hook them in to your story and your progression as an artist. So the second point, connections. Now, this is really, really key, and there's a certain way you should go about this. And the main thing is you should be aiming to look for friendships and build rapport with people above all else. So think, who is it in the industry that you really admire? Who would you like to be friends with? And why not just reach out to this person, give them a compliment, a specific one, just to show them that you're a fan of what they're doing, you appreciate what they do for the industry, and you don't want anything back in return from them. Now, this last point is really key, because you really should be aiming to build friendships and build rapport with people, and that should be your ultimate goal with building connections. Whatever happens in the future, maybe they help you, maybe not, this is not at all what you should be aiming for. You should just be aiming to build connections. This requires you to increase your social skills, and it's going to get easier with time, but nowadays with social media, it's so easy just to reach out to people. You'll be surprised at how warmly some people will receive a compliment or a nice comment. It might inspire them in turn to check out what you're up to, but at the end of the day, what you're doing is just looking to make friends. So when you master these things, improving the quality of your work, improving the way that which you showcase what you're up to, and bringing people into your story, and also simultaneously making new friends and new connections in the industry, all of these things combined together are going to lift you above the status quo. Having that level of improvement having that level of being able to show your story and building connections and rapport with people is going to take you beyond the quality of your own work. With all that said and done, when it's eventually time for you to ask a favour or to dodge bullets, you won't have to. Alright dudes, I hope you liked the video. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Share it with your friends if you find it useful, and until next time.